In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do the popcorn stitch. I have chosen to use a heavy, thick yarn. Normally you wouldn't use something this chunky to do a popcorn stitch because a popcorn stitch is a bulky stitch that adds a lot of texture and makes a nice, thick, warm fabric if you're making a hat or a scarf. It's also great for blankets. But I've chosen to use the chunky yarn today so I can really show you the detail, and I thought I would enlarge the stitches to make it really clear and easy to follow. So the first thing we want to do is we are going to we're going to work from the 4th chain into the 4th chain from the hook. So we're going to skip these first 3 chains and start our work in the 4th chain. And what you're going to do is you're going to do a yarn over, insert the hook into the 4th chain, yarn over and pull that through that chain until you have your 3 loops on the hook. Do a yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops. And then you'll have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull it through the last 2 loops. And that completes your double crochet. Now, the first 3 chains that we skipped is our churning chain, and that will count as our first double crochet. So this is the 2nd double crochet. So we're going to do 5 of them in the stitch to create our popcorn stitches. So we'll need to do 3 more double crochets. And they're all in the same chain. So that's 2, 3, that's 4 double crochets plus that churning chain. So that completes our 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now what you want to do is you're going to remove the hook from that loop, and you're going to take that and insert it into, remember the first 3 that we skipped? That's the first, that's right down here, 1, 2, 3. You're going to insert the hook into that 3rd chain that we skipped, top there, and then you're going to put the loop back on your hook, and you'll pull that loop right through, and then you'll do a yarn over and pull it right through that loop, and that's your popcorn stitch. Now, the first popcorn stitch is worked slightly different. The first popcorn stitch of the row is going to be slightly different than the rest of them that you're going to do, and that's because we're counting the churning chain as the first double crochet. In the next one, we won't have the churning chain, so you will do 5 double crochets. So you're going to skip the next chain, and we're going to begin our work into the next one. We're going to do 5 double crochets all into the next chain. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. So a total of 5. Okay, so now you remove the hook again, and now you'll see that we have the 5 double crochets all into the same chain stitch right here. So it's just double count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your hook and insert it right back into that top of that first double crochet that you did in the stitch from front to back. Then you put your loop back on, adjust that back down to size to fit your hook, and then you're going to pull that through that stitch, and then you'll have the 1 loop. You're going to do a yarn over and pull that yarn over through this loop, and that completes your popcorn stitch. Okay, let's go ahead and show you another one. So skip the next chain. If you didn't skip the next chain, then it would just be too close together on this because it's such a bulky material. So if you're working with a thinner yarn, you may not want to skip the chain, but with this you definitely want to. So then you're going to go ahead and work 5 double crochets into the chain after you skip that one. Let's go ahead and do 5 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we have our 5 double crochets, so we're going to remove that hook. And you just want to pull the loop up a little bit so it doesn't unravel on you while you remove it. And then you can see we have our 5 double crochets all in the same chain stitch. So just to make sure you have 5, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook back into the top of the first double crochet, And then you're going to put the loop back on, adjust it back down to size, and then pull that right through, and then yarn over and pull it right through that loop. And that completes your popcorn stitch. So we've done 3 popcorn stitches, and I hope that you found this tutorial helpful today. And then after watching this tutorial, I hope that you find it very easily to make the popcorn stitch now. If you found my tutorial helpful today, please give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will subscribe, and hope you'll join me to watch another tutorial. And until then, have a great day.